feed the homeless or volunteer at Goodwill. Because some people don't like to help out their community in this world. So,
yeah, a lot of they need training.
yeah, especially in high school.
How do you train to help them?
I think, yeah, I agree, but of course, I don't think it should be like an actual training course. I think that should count as community service. If that is like a mandatory requirement for school, so if you take that course, I think that should go towards your community service hours.
It should be like, if they stress that enough, it should be like field trips to make it fun instead of in class learning and training, like how to do community service. You should have field trips about it, like make it fun.
Well, I have a question. So if you refer to, well, going back to the first page, paragraph 2, you'll notice that she says, if it was not mandatory, I would have never looked into doing it. But once I started, I liked it. Do you think everybody is forced to do that? Do you think they'll have that mentality at first?
I believe that. I think everybody should try new things because, like she said, if it wasn't for high school requirements, she would have never really been doing that, and then she ended up liking it. I think people that don't want to volunteer, I think they should try something.
Alright, I have a question. So in paragraph 1 and paragraph 4, it says that Emily Fry, an 18-year-old female working in high school, has put in 350 hours of community service at various sites, including at her former elementary school and community school. But it says in paragraph 4, beginning with class 1997, when many high school students were only required to complete 30 hours. So do you guys I wonder why the hours went up like around now than they were back then, because 250 hours is way too
I know
much.
She wanted to do 350.
I think that's okay. Hard.
Okay. So would you guys do 350 hours?
No.
I would.
I mean, it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
If it's
It
something
depends
that's
on the
like,
cause, yeah. If it's like for a good cause.
I mean, as long as I know I'm making a difference, I don't care how many hours I put in. I mean, if I'm just doing something for the fun of it.
But like I said before, I believe that when you volunteer something, I think it should come from your heart, not because you're gonna get something.
or being forced to do it.
Yeah, you get forced something.
Well, it's on the other article, yeah. And paragraph 3, it says, considering this as community service rather than just homework for school. I think paragraph 3.
This article.
In the other article, this one, paragraph 3, it says, if this is for school, how do we know students are considering this as community service rather than just homework for school? Well, I think it does seem like homework for school if it's a requirement. It's not just volunteering. You go there and you say, oh, can I do some community service for school?
Oh yeah,
Can you write down how many hours I did so the people can know, like, I did. It's required for me to graduate instead of just going there, doing it for fun or doing it because you want to.
Yeah, I don't like it because, well, I'm in magnet, so what if I was required to do, let's just say, 30 hours? How can I do that, balance magnet, and school? Because that's a lot.
Especially if you got other activities to do out of school.
Yeah.
And then some people have to watch their siblings, watch their siblings.
Jobs, especially in high school. Yeah. Okay.
What do you guys think?
Okay, no, David, that was a great what your parents.
I think, well, the community service is should come from your heart. Nobody should obligate you to do this. That's basically right.
So, remember when we volunteered in church? Will you do that again? So, will you do it again? just for fun? Like, let's just go one day, not because we had to do a project on it? Would you do that?
I would do it. If it's for a good cause, I mean, we're helping our environment.
Okay, so I think community service. Okay, when you go to college and you say you have this many amount of hours, I think it would be more impressive if it wasn't a requirement in college to see that you actually want to do it. Instead of it being a requirement, it was just like, okay, he or she met the requirement. Instead of just doing it just because.
And I have a question. It was one of my questions from the thing. Oh, it was for the first article, the logic of mandatory volunteering. But it wasn't in the little paragraph, nothing. It was a question that I had put up to the side. It was like, you know how in the article it was telling us some cities that were required to do community service to graduate. So I asked, like, if there was a person who was out of those cities and wasn't required to and didn't go and do community service, is it a better chance for a person who did do community service that lived in the requirement area to get in the same college?
Yeah.
You want some answer?
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. Does that make them more competitive?
Yeah.
That their school even thinks they can handle it? That we make this a requirement? That's something they say, right? Sometimes universities do look at the school district you come out of. And what classes do you have? What classes did you take? What classes does your school offer? So that's a good question. What do y'all think? Lorenzo, does it make them more competitive if they just have to live in that environment? Is that a free benefit? Like, oh, okay, I live in this district, I have to do community service, that makes me more qualified for college.
Hold on, what's the whole question?
So the question is, let's say it's two school districts, one has mandatory community service, one does not. Two students, one from each, wants to go to university. Which candidate looks more competitive or better to that school? Your own opinion, your own opinion.
I think the one that's like not optional, the one that's optional, if a student does it anyway, I think he should be better considered for that school. Because he didn't have to do it, but he did anyway. He has to do it.
But now it's interesting, if the student wasn't exposed to community service, now that's another thing, that exposure, would they have even considered to do it, right? If y'all weren't an Avid and you didn't have the project, would y'all have done community service last fall? And it's not to judge you, but it's something for you to reflect on. Okay, Angela, can you speak your opinion? Why, if you weren't asked to do it, would you have done community service last semester?
Now, if it's for a cause, yeah, I would do it because it's like going to be a good outcome. But if it's just doing it for nothing and nothing's going to happen, no, I'm not going to do it because I'm required to.
You know, a lot of you are saying a good cause. I don't think y'all are bad people for not volunteering, but would you have even thought in your mind, I should be doing community service? All right, Joanna, you're shaking your head. Why would that cross your mind? And it's not, this isn't, we're judging each other, but if you're not exposed to something, you don't think I should be doing it, right? If no one told me I need to floss 10 times a day, I'm not going to floss 10 times a day, right?
I mean, it wouldn't cross my mind because I don't think about that. But now with what I do, the modeling and everything, that requires a lot of helping children, raising money and stuff like that. So now I do. But before I wouldn't at all.
But, well, when I did the project, I never thought of helping out with my church, but again, I think you should try some things, like I said before, because now I never expected it, how dirty it would be, how much work it is to keep it in church.
Well, I think I probably would have if we didn't have to do the project. Because like earlier, I would occasionally talk to my school counselor, and what she would tell me is that like when you do things like community service, it can be very therapeutic. So like normally I would do that in cages where I'm trying to regain my self integrity. So I probably would have done it because of that reason. If I wasn't exposed to it, I probably would have never thought to do it.
Well, when I was like, I don't know, I was younger, but I did community service with homeless people. It was downtown at some church or whatever. I was giving away soap and stuff so they could take a shower at the church, and we were giving away clothes and all that. It was actually fun. It was scary, but it was actually fun. And I didn't really know, I didn't think of it as something that was a requirement. I thought we was okay. So I thought it was like, I don't know, I thought it was like something to do for fun.
So what you do? Hey, I'm after Jasmine. Continue.
Okay, so when I did it, I thought it was for fun or whatever, like something, because I went with my best friend at the time, and they did this every Saturday. So I thought it was just what they did for fun. I didn't know it was actually like community service, helping, and all that stuff. Like, I didn't really think of it as a requirement, something you should be required to do. If I could do it.
Okay. Well, I did community service my 9th grade year. Yeah. It was part of my magnet thing contract.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we went downtown to Piedmont, and what were they raising money for?
I think they were raising
But okay, so it was like a little amusement park and stuff. I didn't feel any type of way helping them out. I mean, I just sit there at the booth, collecting tickets and stuff. I didn't see how it was making a big difference. And then after everybody started cleaning up, this lady came to me, she was like, "Oh, thank you, you really helped us out." And I was like, I didn't know. Yeah, I was just here because it was a requirement for a grade, but yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you. So if a student is able to meet the community service requirements, what do you guys say the consequences would be? Like, what would be the outcome of them not doing it?
I would think they don't graduate, but I wouldn't make that a consequence.
Yeah,
Because they really make them life on that because they don't have the time to do community service, they don't graduate.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind that.
If y'all look at the first article, if you go to paragraph 29, the first article, it says it's a shame school districts are using it as a punishment, but our plan is in no way has anything to do with punishment. Do you agree with that?
One more time, Michael.
Yeah.
But I asked everybody.
Okay.
It said, the paragraph says, it's a shame school districts are using it as a punishment, but our plan is no way has anything to do with punishment. So do you think like community service should be counted as punishment?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't, but you know how some cities it's like crime and do community service. But I think I don't know. So if you do something wrong, it should be community service, or I don't know what I'm.
Right, they don't sound. Well, they're gonna do something. They like pick up trash.
I think they want us to do it in some way because if you get in trouble, you do it. If you're trying to graduate, you still do it. Like, I think they just want us to do community service.
So you think that's a fair punishment?
I don't know. It depends on what it is. If you get in trouble, then yeah, I guess that's a punishment. If you're picking up trash or something, not if you help people, but if
Well, don't you think picking up trash is helping?
it is, I don't think anybody just be like, yeah, let's just go pick up some trash.
I think now we're kind of getting to what people value. So someone who values the environment, that is something they care about. They want there to be clean grass and stuff like that and healthy plants and animals. And maybe they're very shy. They're not a people person, so they don't want to work with people. They may be shy or they're scared or they just don't like that, right? So, but that makes a good point. Should community service even be a punishment? We're saying, oh, if you're good, you do community service. But now it's like, if you're bad or if you're good, you do community service. He's just listening.
So, Destiny, what do you think?
going on?
Y'all would call me, okay?
That's good. They want you to get points.
Huh?
I said that's good. They're looking out for you. Okay.
Okay, can I please read the question again?
There wasn't no question.
I just
We
asked
want
what you
your
think.
input.
Oh. I mean, like, like, I don't know, like, it's neutral. It's like, I agree.
Okay,
I agree with
let's back up. Why do you feel neutral?
I feel, like, it's like, I'm like in between, like, I agree that community service is required. Then again, I don't think so. Just like y'all said, people have jobs and stuff like that. They don't have time to do it. They have homework and stuff like that. Then, by the time, when it's time to graduate, you don't have enough, you know. Yeah. So, like, what's the consequence gonna be?
I want to hear
And
this.
stuff like that.
What about you, Cecilia?
I don't really care.
I ain't saying everything. I don't really care. Like, if I gotta do it, I guess I gotta do it. And if I don't gotta do it,
What was anything interesting in the text you want to bring out?
You need that.
So, like the packet where it says blended by design, passage number 5. I was reading that it says that the District of Columbia High School system began requiring 100 hours of community service in 2007, and several other large districts, including Atlanta, Chicago, and Philadelphia, also require community service for graduation. Do y'all know any city, like any schools in Atlanta?
I believe Maze has
Ladies?
yeah, because like she's my mentor. She's like, you know, you have to have human services regularly. I'm like, I don't believe so. Like, she's like, oh yeah, you want me on to every person. That's why Maze has.
So you think, because they do that at their high school, you think they're gonna like be able to enter more colleges, be accepted?
It depends on if it's a requirement in college. If it's a requirement in college,
Yeah, it's probably okay.
Alright, so
If it's not a requirement.
if you have somebody in your family that's in need, do you feel like you'll be more obligated to help
Yeah.
than you would if you don't know anybody that needs help with your family?
that's not community services.
No, I'm talking about like say if you have somebody you know
Yeah.
that is among the people who you would help if you're in community service. You know, do you think you would treat them the same? Like, do you think you would feel obligated to do it if you was related to somebody that actually needs that?
So basically, you said if like one of your family members was like you had like cancer or something, you'll think, oh, let me go volunteer at Make a Wish or something.
Yeah.
Because you feel like everybody can see it. Yeah, I would think more of me doing that if my family or somebody close to me was dealing with any of those problems that I would.
So y'all think Tri-Cities should have those type of requirements in order to graduate?
I think so.
You think it would have changed like students?
No, they really don't.
And when they do come, they speak on their classes, so they're really not here.
Yeah.
What you mean about You're being quiet, you know.
Oh, wow. So, one of these pastors was talking about how they started doing community service so they can help people with their personality.
Go ahead, Jess. Go ahead.
So like, they decided to do this because they wanted people to have a new outlook on life. Like, they feel it was better to, like, it'll change the way they think about stuff for them to do community service than to not. You know, y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like, change how they act. So, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not trying to. So say it was Terrence. He went out and did community service, and then he was like, "Dang, I ain't know life was like this. I ain't know this could get to this place." And then he come back after that experience and just be like, "Well, I'm gonna change because I'm not trying to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to help out the world so they can't."
Just give you a different perspective of things.
Yeah.
They're trying to do
I didn't know the words.
Yeah.
So as we close, we'll go around one more time. If your opinions change, you can talk about that. If it's now enriched, everyone just give one statement about your opinion about should community service be a mandatory high school graduation requirement. So I'll give y'all 1 minute to think about it to yourself. Starting with Adasia and going around, do you think high school community service should be a high school graduation requirement?
Yeah, it probably should be. I don't know. Yeah, it should be. Cause it might look good on your thing. You know how you go to college and they can check that on your GPA and stuff. They might see the community service. It can be good for them.
Destiny?
My opinion changed. I do think it should be.
Okay, why should it be required?
Because it's like, just like she said, like when you go to college, they look at everything you've done and stuff.
Okay.
I said I think it should be required because so many people, they have a lot of stuff to do, and community service is going to be an added thing, and people ain't got time to do
It should, I believe it shouldn't be a requirement because I'm still sticking by what I said before that it should come from your heart, not because you got to do something.
Yeah, it should be. Because, like I said, that if all of us do community service, we can change the world.
Well, I haven't changed it. I think it shouldn't be because, like they would say, you should go out the kindness of your heart.
My opinion changed. I think it shouldn't be
I think we should do community service because we want to, not because we have to.
My opinion is still the same. Like, if you do more community service, you'll like it. Like this person, Emily, she didn't want to do it, but now she likes it. She did more hours than she's supposed to do.
Well, mine didn't change out. I still don't think you should be fine. Because people not gonna change all the time. So it's really almost wasting my time.
Oh, now I'm really sure because thinking about the life lesson of like some people are not going to change. I think especially like if you're in a bad trend, I think community service like that in the long run can change you.
Well, I still say no. Because so like for that person, we've been on the expectation. That's just too much.
I think it should be optional. If you want to do it so it can look good on your tracing, you can, but if you don't want to, you don't have some more options.
I think it should be required, not only because of looking on your record, but because it's therapeutic, but also helping build you as a person on the inside.
I agree with Angelique. I think it should be optional because if you want to do it, great. But if you don't want to do it, it shouldn't be forced.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was our first Socratic seminar. What do I think? I like the piece. I forget who said it. I hadn't thought about that. That it is good exposure, and because you might not have known, you either like community service or that it could be beneficial to you. So I think it should be a requirement, but maybe in a low amount. So then, if you want to do more, you do more, but at least a little bit, so that you get out there and see like, oh, I do like this, or oh, I'm just doing this just to graduate. That kind of weeds them out. But well done.